Sounds Production. What up, sound?
That plus sign, y'all. See those juice boxes? Go ahead and hit those plus signs, y'all. Let me see those juice boxes, y'all. Those juice boxes in the comments. If you're on the show, go ahead and hit that plus sign. Juice boxes, y'all. Where y'all from? Hello and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, erasing different social stigmas. We are here to have candid discussion and cut through stigmas to show that in the end, no matter who you are, what your background is, that we all have commonalities when it comes to the mind and heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking that icon in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about friend or foe. Are they really your friend? But this week, we are going to discuss ourselves with this week's topic, Note to Self. Self-love is the best love. Tonight in the Red Room, we have an all-star cast. We have G-Way, we have Reason, we have Calypso the Lioness, and last but not least, Sexy Red Ma. Let's find out how the panel feels about self-love. Before we get started, all I ask is that you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, go ahead and hit that plus sign and we will get started. Go ahead and get in the box and I will let y'all in. Reason, go ahead and hit that plus sign.
It's the gold 3 for me. Salute the room, salute the room. Welcome to the Red Room Talk.
Salute.
So I got going on tonight. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling all right on there?
We feeling all right. All right.
Janet Juice. Hi.
Hey. Hi.
Anyway,
Calypso.
hi
Hey,
everybody.
Calypso.
Sexy
Hey
Red.
everybody, what's up? What's up?
Sexy
It's
red.
the gold 3 for me.
It's a
Yes,
gold
I
3 for
agree.
me too.
I
Hey, we
agree.
leveling up in here.
For sure.
What's up, everybody?
So first things first, I'm gonna have you guys introduce yourself, and of course, we're gonna be polite. We're gonna let the ladies go first. So go ahead, Calypso. Tell me about yourself and a little bit about your stream.
G-Way, can I have next to Jen and Juice, please? First. Hello.
No.
We
Hello.
requesting
This,
Oh
seats.
no, I see what's
look,
going on. It's
this
the
is
red
my
light.
seat.
My bad. I didn't get the red
This
light
is my
memo.
seat.
Whoa.
I sit here every Saturday. This is my seat.
I didn't get the red light memo. My bad. It happened. Anyways, everybody down below, everybody on the panel, everybody in the world. I'm the one and only Calypso the Lioness here on the app. I have a featured show that premieres every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Calypso's Lasting Love, where we talk about love languages, how they affect you giving love, you receiving love to your family, friends, and your mates. And I have Eye Candy Wednesday every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you got it, you could definitely show it every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Eye Candy Wednesday. Thank you for having me, Jen and Juice.
Welcome to the Red Room.
Banner, gang.
Yes, gang.
It's the game.
Okay, it's your girl Red Mike, formerly known as Sexy Red Mike. I had to make some changes because I'm working on a huge project right now. I am the host of the Women's Connection that airs every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My motto and my mission statement for the Women's Connection is to inspire and influence women to influence others and themselves. You know, I just want to make sure that women start themselves more and supporting each other more. So that's my mission, and it is on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just joined a new streamer, and we have slumber party Saturdays, and that's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's 11 for me. 11. I'm sorry, 11 11 p.m. Eastern for me, but 10 p.m. Eastern for her, and that's with my co-host Miss Thick Lips. So you guys just come and hang out with us.
Oh, it's on me now.
Sure.
My bad, Jen. You feel me? How y'all feeling? My name is Reason. What's going on, beautiful people? I'm glad I got to join this beautiful panel of amazing individuals. I do music, I sing, I rap, I songwrite. I just like to be a dope individual. You know what I mean? I like to keep the energy good and just vibe out.
Pizza, come get your pizza. Wait a minute, here from the bad guy. See ya. They're looking
The sound, where's it coming from?
Pick the car with bare hands alone.
Red.
All right. Go ahead.
Of course. If y'all don't know me, it's your co-host G-Way or No Way. You can catch me on Hood Feud Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch your boy Wednesdays on Shake That AZZ Wednesdays. Can't say that on here because it's featured. Thursday, you can catch me on Getting Lit, the longest running music show on the app. And of course, Saturday, you can catch me right here. If you don't know me, get to know me, hit the fave button. Fave. I do fave for faves. I know most people say that, but I go look at mine and I fave people back because I want to know what you're about.
Well, I am your host, Jen and Juice. I'm here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't find me here, you can find me late nights into early mornings most of the time because I'm pretty much always on here. If you don't know, you will know. Also, I do all the artwork for the Getting Lit show, the Getting Lit studios. So you can always find me in King of Diamonds Live also. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Self-love is important. We were created inside of our own bodies, and this is the person we should love. There are things about us that we want to change and we find hard to accept, and self-love is to love who I am. I'm precious, I'm worthwhile, and I'm worth the time and love to create the life I want. When we don't have self-love, meaning we don't respect ourselves and we don't feel deserving to take care of our needs, then we expect others to do it for us. For instance, if you have children, then you may try to turn to them into something that you need them to be so they can fulfill your emptiness. Instead of fulfilling that within yourself, when we have self-love, we are the most powerful we can be, and it overflows to others. So I want to know, what is your definition of self-love?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
G-Way.
Be a gentleman. Gonna be a gentleman
Self-love
tonight.
is when you look in the mirror and you love what you see. When you look in the mirror and you give yourself words of affirmation. When you give yourself gifts, when you give yourself quality time, when you give yourself acts of service, the 5 love languages, that's self-love. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody on this earth, even the children you give birth to. You know, you have to know how to elevate yourself, put yourself on a pedestal, because guess what? If you wait around for someone else to give you that acknowledgement, or you want to, you're thinking you're going to get it, guess what? You're going to be waiting a long, 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 long time, because you have to put yourself up there. You have to, because who's going to love you better than you? If I can clone myself, I will. I say that all the time, and people think I'm crazy because I'm in love with me. That's my.
I agree with Calypso. Self-love is um, taking off on a journey of finding out what you are worth, you know what I'm saying, and realizing what you are worthy of and worthy to have, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when people don't feel like they're worth certain things out here in life when they are. So I feel like self-love is all those things wrapped up into one, what she said, the care, the buying yourself gifts and flowers and cards and giving yourself words of affirmations and doing acts of service for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so true that if I can't fully love myself, or if I'm not fully in love with me, myself, my body, my personality, the way that I am, then I can't um I'm not going to do you a service, by even trying to get into any type of relationship or even strike up friendships, because that comes with love as well. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to treat people. So yeah.
I guess that means it's my turn. See, for me, self-love is looking in the mirror, seeing your own flaws, and still finding the beauty in yourself. You don't have to look at your flaws and start downing yourself and start questioning if this is worthy or this is worth, showing off to the world. It's just embracing who you are and not questioning whether anybody else is gonna appreciate it. Just appreciating who you are when you wake up in the morning and being happy with self. You know what I'm saying? Not being worried about anybody else's opinion of you. Just being happy with who you are, as long as who you are is who you want to be.
Big facts, big facts. Self love to me, like everybody on the panel is saying, and I agree with everybody and everything that they are saying. Like you said, it's really looking in that mirror and knowing you love that person. Ain't nobody else gonna love me more than me. And I agree also with the panel as
Mhm.
well. You can't love someone else if you can't love self first. You might think you do, but that's really lust, because you don't know how to love because you ain't learned how to love yourself. So at the beginning, learn to love yourself. That's self love, in my opinion.
I definitely agree with all of you. Self-love to me is um, definitely reflecting back what I would want from someone else, my deepest desires from somebody else, the things that I want to feel from someone else is feeling that from myself within myself. They say if you're not true to yourself, you won't be true to anyone else. So I think first and foremost, you should always be true to yourself. Always give yourself the same kindness. You wouldn't say a lot of the things that you say to yourself to your best friend. So don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're always speaking good things, kind of say to yourself what you would want to say to someone else, who needs to hear those good things. So you want to always reflect back to yourself what you want to hear from other people. So definitely agree there. I think we're all in agreement there. If you're just pulling up, that's okay. We have so much more to come. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Red Room Talk. We just discussed what self-love is, and I want to talk about the things holding you back from self-love. Some of what keeps us from loving ourselves fully is our own internal turmoil. We often fight silent battles within ourselves. With that being said, I want to know, if you could evict a person or pain from your heart, what or who would it be and why? Anybody can take it.
That's a very deep question.
Yes. This is the Red Room Talk. Nothing's off the table.
Mhm.
Me personally, if I can evict someone, hold on, say it one more time. I just want to make sure I say the right person. I just want to make sure I
He's
say
like,
the
he's
right
sweat.
person.
I feel the sweat dripping
Right,
from your
it's the
forehead.
hot seat for me. You could change the lights a
Y'all
little
got time
something.
for the hot seat at the end for me, so this is y'all's
Sheesh.
turn. But if you could evict a person or pain from your heart, what or who would it be and why?
Hmm. My baby
I would
mama.
evict. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it, G.
Okay.
Feel me? I got you. I got you.
I love
You
watching him
saved
sweat
him,
though.
Reason. You
Uh, th-
saved him.
Save
I
him.
wanted
I
to
I
hear
You
You
don't
that.
want
said
to
said
be
I
saved. Don't
said my
save
baby
him.
mama. I said my baby mama.
What?
My baby mama. All right, I'm gonna say my baby mama. I was making sure I had it right because I was gonna say it. I would evict her out because even though she ended up teaching me about what love really is, the way that she taught me and the way that she hurt me was wrong. It took me a while to mature and grow up from that. So that is why I would definitely write that eviction papers and sign with the dot 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 because you gotta go. So she went nowhere. I just had to put that out there.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Reason,
Reason.
since you always already trying to save him, okay?
Look, I tried to save you, G.
He
You feel
tried, he tried,
It's
he sure
okay.
did.
It's okay. I had a paddle left.
me?
He was like, oh.
I think I would personally evict younger me. I would evict younger me for allowing the judgment of others for making the decisions I wanted to make at the time to control how I thought about myself. You feel me? So I would I would just eliminate the whole memory of just living my life based off of how other people thought I should live my life. I would definitely evict younger me. Just the thought process that I had back then.
I like that. Who is huffing? I want to pick on you next.
I would evict the more wanting to have, I mean, needing to have um certain things in my life versus me wanting them, because I know that somewhere along the line, back then before I got it all together, I was really losing. You know what I'm saying? I was accepting certain things. I think what I would evict is that self-loathing that I had, wanting things that thinking that I needed things that I didn't, and wanting the things that I knew that I deserved, right? But I didn't know that I deserved those things until all the hurt and stuff came crashing down. You know what I'm saying? Or like the surprise of somebody doing me dirty came crashing down on me. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely evict that person that didn't know what they just was oblivious because they saw another opportunity to have something that they thought that they needed versus what they deserved.
Mm, that's good. I mean, for me, I think everything is a learning experience. So I don't live in regret because I think with regret, that means it's a lesson. You're never supposed to regret your path in life because you was put on that path for a reason. So um it's for me, it's a learning experience, and I take something from each experience and I try to grow from that. Even like, say for instance, an argument that happened or a relationship that happened in the past with me, right? I try to mend that, because you never know when you may need that person, when you anything can happen. And if you
Right.
lose that person instantly, now that's going to sit on you. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story, right? One of my close friends, she used to date this female used to date my brother, right? So she married this guy. He wasn't the best looking guy. She just accepted him for who he was or whatever, right? And he put her on a pedestal, right? He loved her for everything about her. Make a long story short, they was getting ready for their first year anniversary, and this one particular day, he wasn't working and all of that, so he asked her for gas money that morning, and she like was so mean to him, and he has never ever disrespected her, but that particular morning he spoke his mind. And long story short, he passed away the same day, within hours.
God.
Within
Dang.
hours. And that sits with her. It eats her up. So you never know when the last time you got to make stuff right. You have to.
Right.
So that taught me, like, seeing certain things in my past, you know what I mean? Life too short. You got to mend stuff. Don't sit in it. Just it messes with your energy as well, and it blocks your blessings, and it blocks your creativity and all of that. So you have to just release and let stuff go. And Banks taught me that. I was on her show, so she helped me with that, because I was going through a little something, and when she gave me those affirmations, that really like took that weight off of me. And look, I'm glowing now, guys. Like, yeah, let it go. Just let
Let,
it go. Nothing
let
is
it
a
go.
regret. Everything is a lesson.
Facts.
Agree.
For real.
So when I wrote this question out, I really sat there and I thought to myself, and when Reason started talking, I was like, yeah, you took his stuff, he done took my answer. But I know for a very long time, when I was younger, I always sought people's approval, and I always sought, this yearning within myself to be, I always wanted to be the best at this or the best at that, and I always put so much, and I still do to this day. I still put so much pressure on myself. And I think the thing that I would evict for myself is the feeling of not being good enough. And it's really half the time it's not for anybody else. It's for myself. I think I realized that in doing this question, that it's really never about being good enough for anybody else. It's feeling like I'm not good enough for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that feeling of, it's just like I can't, like, no matter what I do, like no matter how much I put in, I always just have this feeling. It's like, man, I could have done a little bit better. I could have done, man, if I just waited, like, a man, or even after an argument, you're like, man, if I had just thought of that, so it's like, no matter what I do, whether it's in a negative, it's just like I can't. It's just like I never feel like I am fully there. It's like that hole never closes. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it would definitely be that feeling of just it's really myself against myself, that it's really myself that feels like I'm not there. That younger version of me too, that always felt like that this was created this monster. That younger self that never felt like I could just get that perfection, when you really realize that nobody is perfect. Nobody's going to get it all right. Nobody's going to, be that 100%. You might always be that little 95%, but that 95%, I'm like, but that could be 100. But, so that for me, just hearing all of your answers, it's just kind of summed up into one. It's just, just that feeling of not being enough. So that's my answer.
Can I
But
evict one more thing?
sure, go ahead.
I would evict society standards, respectfully, because
Social media.
not even social media, just society in general. I would evict.
For real.
Yeah.
I would evict knowing society standards, because
Thanks.
society can have its standards, but just knowing society standards. I want to evict the thought of it. You feel me? Just
Right.
completely.
Right. Erase, control, alt, delete.
Oh yeah, and that's where I think a lot of our a lot of our the things we put on ourselves comes from society. Like that's what kind of puts it in our mind. Look, could you see? Well, this person, but really, we all know. Even sorry to bring their names up, but Will and Jada, that it's not always what it seems to be. Because I remember everybody wanted that Will and Jada love, and now we see that they are not perfect, and I think nobody really ever is. And so putting that on other people, even though they're celebrities, but looking at putting that onto yourself that you can't be perfect either. These are people who we look up to who are billionaires and millionaires. So if they can't be, just understand that it's okay to not be perfect.
And
Yeah.
it's good that you said that, because the thing is with that, people take what they see at face value. And that's
Right.
the problem. We're going to put the best foot forward. We're going to put the best of the best on social media. We don't want to look crazy on social media. We're not going to put that, we lost our jobs during COVID and all. We're not going to put the real on there. We're
But
going to
when
put the
we get a new
portrayed.
job, we get that new
What?
job, we're gonna put that up there.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're
So
gonna
people
put
need
that
to
struggle
understand,
we went through to
right?
get
It
there.
is an illusion. What you see is
Mhm.
not all what it is. It's
Right.
Right.
not that, and
Mhm.
that comes from, again, the self-love thing, wanting to be more than what you're not, wanting to have more money that you don't have, living on a certain, standard that you'll never get there, wanting this model, knowing that you're
Can't
out of her
afford it.
league.
Can't afford it.
Mhm.
Can't afford it.
Hello.
Mhm.
Be real. People got to be real with themselves. Love your. Never mind. Go ahead. I can.
Yes, I know. Look,
And
we're right
real
there.
that's good.
So if you're just pulling up, that's okay. You haven't missed much. We still have a lot more to discuss, but you can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't find us here, you can hit that icon in my profile and subscribe on YouTube. We just discussed what self-love is, then we discussed internal turmoil, but now I want to dig a little deeper. Often other people can get in your way on your journey to self-love. So what I want to ask is what you accept from others, what you think you deserve.
I deserve you to love yourself. And that's all I deserve. I deserve for you to love yourself. I can't love you if you don't love yourself because you won't understand my love if you don't love yourself. You won't accept my love if you don't love yourself. So all I expect from you is to love yourself. If I love myself and you love yourself and we still allow each other to coexist and love each other, that's all I accept. That's all I deserve and need from you is for you to love yourself.
Well said.
Go ahead, G-Way.
Um, I I gotta piggyback off reason on this one. Like I agree with that 1,010%. 1,010%. Like if I said that earlier as well. If you can't love yourself, like you don't know what love is. If you can't love that person, man, you really do not know what love is. I gotta agree with my dog 110%.
Hmm.
Knowing what you deserve um puts a whole nother level to you internalizing how much you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can, um, just like I said earlier, people put this thing on them where they feel like they can't reach that next level. But I oftentimes feel like people, some people, they just don't try to reach out and grab it. They just are just, I'm gonna stay right here in this cubby hole, but this cubby hole is so miserable. I'm just dying and I'm suffocating in here because I won't even take a chance on myself. And if you're not willing to take a chance on yourself, then you're not definitely not willing to take a chance on me, you know. And
Waste my
with
time.
that being said, I would just rather be over here, I would rather just be over here, while you go through your emotions of trying to build up your self-esteem and build up your self-worth because, you can't allow other people to project that on to you, you know?
Yeah. And it's about boundaries as well. Like you have to have boundaries. If people can't respect your boundaries, you keep it moving. You got to be completely open with you and whoever you want in your life. If you hiding stuff, like that's when problems going to come about. So you definitely have to be true to yourself first in order for people to be true to you. So I think a lot of times, people put on a facade again. I'm gonna keep going there, and
Mm-hmm.
it shows. People can see your energy. When your energy is off, when you're not who you really are, people will know that's not who you are, and those boundaries get broken and all type of stuff happens. So you have to set boundaries for yourself. I see a lot of women, even guys too, um they go against their own beliefs just to conform to others. Stick with what you believe in. Don't change who you are for no one. Stay who you are. Even on this app, we always got to turn it in relating to the app. Be who you are, portray who you are in real life, because people can see through it like a magnifying glass.
And they will
Okay.
respect you
That's so
more for
true. That
being
is so true.
yourself than being phony.
Be
Believe me.
yourself instead of being phony. Because this whole thing, being in front of this platform, not to get off the beaten path, but being in front of this platform, this is how people can see the genuine you, you know. And if you are portraying that a facade, sooner or later it's gonna spill over into this live stream, and you're gonna be exposed. Just clear, plain and simple. You're gonna be exposed.
Facts.
So I'd rather you live in your truth, your flaws and all, you know what I'm saying, than for you to be hiding behind some sheet or some wall.
Mhm. That's why I love Instagram and all the other apps, because seeing people on over here not going to portray themselves how they portray themselves on other apps. So when you bring it all together, it paints the whole
For
picture, the
real.
whole story. Hello?
Be on here a whole thug. Look on another site there at the book club. Nah,
Oh, I agree. I mean, some of the posts that you see people post their feelings in the story, like this and this and this, and you're like, well, would you be on live? You'd be like, yeah, I'm so beautiful in this, but something's not right up there. But so is what I accept from others what I think I deserve, and I'm gonna say plainly no. Um, a lot of times, not always, because I've gotten to an age, I think, where I'm really at that point where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to keep dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? I've had to kind of find my backbone. And it's not that I didn't have a backbone before. I was afraid to speak up because I didn't want to lose people. And now I'm at that point. I don't care if I lose people, because I'm going to tell y'all, I really don't. There's no bunk beds in a casket. Let me tell
Nah,
you, there sure ain't. And I honestly, I feel like when you allow people to treat you a certain way and you keep allowing and keep allowing, that's like knowing that you don't have that love within yourself. So I feel like when you accept that stuff from others, you're really hurting yourself. It's not even what they're saying that is hurting you. It's hurting yourself. So oftentimes I would allow people to just kind of say what they wanted to say, and I would just kind of swallow it down, because I'm one of those people. I would swallow it and swallow it and swallow it, and then eventually it would poo, and then they'd be like, well, why are you so upset? Because but it was just one small thing, and it would build up until this big thing, and it would just explode. Or I would just cut you off completely without even telling you why, because you guys are grown. We are grown. We are
Grown.
so grown that I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell you what you're doing wrong. We're adults now. We're not children. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to tell you what you're doing wrong when you know 9 times out of 10 what it is that you're doing, and you kept sliding and sliding, and now you think you're going to ice skate. Well, it's the wrong rink. I'm going to evict you from my heart. So if you're just pulling up, that's okay. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You haven't missed that much. We just discussed what self-love is. We discussed internal turmoil and things that we accept. But now I want to see what you do for yourself. We've talked about things we don't deserve, things we deserve, but I want to know, what do you do to actively practice self-love? You know, we've talked about the things that we don't deserve. We talked about the negative side of it. We've talked about what we think it is. But what do you yourself do to actively practice self-love?
Spoil myself. Spoil myself. I work for it. I deserve it. I need it. I want to look good. If I can't look in the mirror and say I look good, then I ain't gonna believe you when you tell me that I do look good. So I spoil myself. That's what I do. I pamper, spoil, splurge on me. Just me.
Well,
But I
simply come here and we will brainwash you into believing in yourself. So go ahead and
guess
just
you
take a
need a
seat and
class
keep
on
listening.
being
Yeah.
self-loving yourself. But yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
do. I like
yeah.
to spoil myself, because I don't get to do it often. So once I take care of everything I got to take care of, make sure the kids is good, they already know. Hey, Dad, where you get them new J's from? Why you ain't? This is for me. This is for me. This is for me. So yeah, that's what I do.
Mhm. Yeah, you definitely have to pay yourself first. You know how you budget and it tells you pay yourself first. Okay, pay yourself first. Treat yourself. I just treated myself to a spa day, which was great on Friday, guys. The oxygen bar and the IV rejuvenated. You see? Yeah. So pay yourself, love yourself. The mental, everybody, please. The mental got to be on point because you cannot be at your fullest potential when your mental is off. Like I said when I came back, Iconic Banks, being on her show, Manifesting with Banks, great show. Do the 5 love languages to yourself, okay? To yourself first. Do it to yourself. So just put yourself on that throne. Put yourself on the throne. The only person that can stop you from achieving your dreams and your greatness and all of that is, guess what? The person you look at in the mirror every morning. That's the only person can stop you. The only person.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with that. I love to cater to myself. I love flowers. I love going shopping and looking at cards and buying myself a card and propping it up on the table. I love to spoil myself by getting my nails done. I love a fresh haircut. Everybody knows, if anybody knows me, knows that when I get a haircut, it's like the best thing in the world, right? Hey, G-Way done see me in my live stream talking about my haircut. It's like, it's this thing where it's like I just shedded all these layers, and I just feel super light, so that's my thing. My thing is, getting me a fresh haircut, kind of loving I love all the resort lifestyle. I love a lot of luxury stuff, but I hustle for it. You know what I mean? And so if I intend on being around somebody that doesn't have the same set of standards that I have for myself, just like I said, I'll sit over here on the sidelines because I'm gonna do for myself first because I don't expect anybody else to do it, and I pay it forward to me so that I can know that when I go to bed at night, I'm sleeping soundly. When I'm waking up in the morning, I know I'm blessed and I'm in love with me. I don't, I have I have pretty much pillows and remotes and all that stuff on the other side of the bed. But what I'm saying is that I'm comfortable in my skin. I love myself enough to be like, hey, I don't gotta have nobody in the bed with me every night. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get to those types of points.
Sexy Red Ma, did you say remotes in your
Remote, girl,
to the
remotes,
bed?
remote.
Yeah, I heard that. I
Wait,
heard that.
wait,
I heard
wait,
that. I
wait,
heard that.
That's
Yeah,
for the old red room talk, y'all. That's the old red
we
room.
know
Now
what
this
the
is the
remote
old
is
red
for.
room.
Did you hear how I said on the Smith class? I said I have remotes in the bed.
Ooh,
Yeah, we know what that's
I do
controlling.
too,
That's
Sexy
that
Red
that's
Ma.
that's the old
Yeah.
red room talk,
I
y'all.
do too.
Shout out to the remote controls in the room.
I heard that. I hope you got extra batteries. Reason, how about you? What do you do to actively practice self-love?
Personally, I'm actually getting deeper into my own self love, but I'll I'll say I I focus more on my mental. I try to get definitely out of the physical these days. I'll sit there and I'll meditate, and I'll sit there for hours just meditating and focusing on y'all are fools. Okay, respectfully, something is wrong with y'all. Um,
I know what you wanted to say. That's why I bust out laughing because I wanted to say it
I
too.
was trying to hold it
But
in. The
but
comments
now
were
because of the
crazy.
remote comment, I'm like, why I just didn't come out and say
It's just stuck there.
it.
nah, yeah, I focus on my mental a lot. Not play with y'all today. Um,
But wait, can I say something? I'm sorry to cut you off, Reese, but don't you think that this is all mental, you guys? You know, collectively, let me ask you this question. Don't you think that this is all mental, what we're doing to, to give ourselves self-care and self-love, right? It starts from
Mhm.
that knowing, right?
Yeah.
That we have to do that for ourselves, and we feel a certain amount of respect for ourselves and our bodies, right, in order to give that. So I do think that we are already tapped into that mental psyche where we know that, hey, this is what's going on here, and I have to start doing more for me. You know what I mean?
so for me, the way I take that is I stop myself from wanting a physical pleasure for me to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I focus more. That's why I say I focus more on my mental. I stop myself from desiring those things for myself. That way I don't look for it from somebody anybody else. If I'm more focused on keeping my mental pleased and my mental at peace, I'm not really focused on, okay, I need these shoes or I want these shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm more focused on being at my own peace
Mhm.
and just being happy in my own stability. You feel me? And just not worrying about anything around me.
I like
So
that. Agreed.
to answer what our real sister said, she goes, how can you teach a young adult to have self-love? It's my daughter and I help her. Can you give me some pointers? First things first is children watch their parents. Actively self-love yourself and she will follow suit, I promise you. As long as she sees her mother loving herself and practicing self-love, she will fully follow suit. But for me, what do I do to actively practice self-love? I love myself the way I would want a man to love me, and what I mean by that is my love languages. My first love language is quality time. So I spend quality time with myself because, like, I love spending time by myself. A lot of people cannot be alone, but I actually love and enjoy being by myself. Second, words of affirmation. So I might literally stand in the mirror and tell myself, you girl, you look at you. You are beautiful. Look at that red lipstick. Look, your hair long, your booty getting bigger, girl. Look, you gotta love yourself. So say the same things that you would want a man to say to you.
Not the booty getting
Something. Look, don't laugh. Mind your business. Those are my words of affirmation. Okay.
as long as you believe them, that is all that matters. That is all that matters. Self-love.
Look,
I'm be
I
looking
tell
at the
myself
picture.
that. Okay.
Hello?
Even if I'm lying to myself, okay, let me tell myself. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But make sure you're telling yourself good things. You want to hear that from other people, so make sure you're telling yourself good things. Words of affirmation. I want that from somebody else, so make sure that I'm doing that for myself because people, like I was just telling real sister, people are gonna follow suit. They're gonna look at how you treat yourself.
True.
So if you are just pulling up, you're late. That's okay. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't find us there, you can click that icon on my profile and lead you to YouTube. You haven't missed everything. We still have a little bit more to discuss. We just discussed what self-love is, then we discussed internal turmoil and things we accept and what you do to practice self-love. And now I want to know a little bit more. I think it's really important in loving yourself to recognize how far you've come. So what I want to know is what changes have you undergone that you thought impossible 5 years ago?
Oh, shoot.
I'll take that.
Sure.
If y'all not ready, I'll take it.
Go. Hey, go.
Go ahead.
I got to go back 5 years. I smoke a lot.
5 years ago, I would have never thought that I was gonna move to Cali and chase my dreams. I would have never believed in myself to the point where that was something I was willing to take the step and leap to do. So I would definitely say believing in myself, just the ability to do what I think I want to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? And just believing in and actually putting the foot forward and doing it.
Congratulations.
Okay. And the cry award goes to that, that's the best one.
Okay. Who's next?
5 years ago, I would have gotten rid of the negativity. Probably the negativity. I was very negative. Yo, like, what if this happened? What if that happens? And it just so happens that everything that I was saying, what if, I was putting out there to happen. And I did not even know that. And nowadays, I my motto, anybody that knows me knows, if you think positive, you get positive. I don't like being around negative people. I try to stay positive in any situation, no matter what it is. Even if it's very hard to find a positive, I'm going to find that positive so I can keep my head up and keep moving forward. Big fact. So yeah, I was very negative. So yeah, the negativity.
This is touchy for me and emotional for me because 5 years ago, if I go back 5 years and correct the things that happened 5 years ago, I wouldn't be on this app because I would still be in my relationships, meaning I wouldn't even be on this app because it's a dating app. So y'all wouldn't even know Calypso the Liners. Okay. So I don't think I would want to change because this was my journey that I didn't even know was going to be my journey. So I learned a lot from 5 years up until now. And if I reflect on that, I'm gonna have to put my shades on, and I don't want to put my shades on. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Where I'm at, where I'm supposed to be right at this very moment on Gin and Juice Red Room Talk.
I'm right there with Calypso. No tears, but like 5 years ago, I'm gonna say up until now, I've really turned a whole milestone where I am very comfortable with being by myself. 5 years ago, I thought that I was supposed to have, the married life and this, the white picket fence and everything, and I'm not saying any of those, there's anything wrong with those things. I'm not saying that, but I'm speaking for me, you know what I'm saying, and my truth on that. I feel like um I'm such a better person than what I was 5 years ago. And I also believe in myself more, that I've accomplished more without that situation around me. I believe that if I would have kept that around me, then I probably wouldn't even been a streamer. And I'd probably still be in that self-loathing type space. So I'm very proud of myself and for how far I've came with that because I've overcome a lot of emotional turmoil and anxiety and bitterness about thinking that I was supposed to be in one station in my life when I'm really supposed to be right here in this moment, you know?
Big facts.
Love that.
Amen.
Big facts.
Don't do this to me, guys.
He was gonna say,
We're giving out tier awards tonight.
me and Calypso will cry every time. But it's true, I just, I would have never thought I was going to be a streamer. I'm 50 years old, and a lot of people don't even know that, and they keep just swearing that I'm not. But I am 50 years old, and I'm a pretty happy and a kind of wildish and outlandish type of person, and I thank God for who I am because that means I have spunk and I have life in me, and that's why I said 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't even know this person right here because she would have been plain Jane walking around here, quiet and reserved. And this was a person. This was this was like the butterfly in the cocoon or the caterpillar in the cocoon, busting to come out into that beautiful butterfly.
Right.
And I'm gonna add on
What
to
about
my story. I'm sorry,
you? Sure.
if I may.
Go ahead.
That 5 years ago, that situation, I've always shined brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always the one that stood out and that was on stage. You know, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I was platform artist and all of that. So I felt being in that situation, it kept me from being even more like I am now. I got on the app, I set goals, I achieved those goals. I gave myself a year. I said, if I don't have what I want in a year, moving on, you know. So I achieved that in less than a year. I set the goals, I did it. So I'm right where I need to be at this present time. This was my journey and I'm sticking with that.
How about you, G-Way?
I already said
Oh, did
mine.
you?
Waiting on
Okay.
you, Jenna.
Okay. Well, me. Okay. So I went through a divorce 7 years ago, and honestly, I spent a lot of time not dealing with that. So honestly, I spent a lot of time trying to find someone to fill that void, and thought that I had to have somebody to fill that within me. And honestly, what changes I've undergone is knowing that I myself am enough on my own, and that I do not need another person to define me, and that I am enough myself. I, Jen and Juice, am enough without another person to define me. Yeah, that took a long time for me. I went through a lot of resentment, a lot of, the kind of the grief, the stages of grief. And I didn't deal with it for a very long time because I didn't want to. I would avoid it like the plague. So for me, yeah, it took a long time, and they say often it can take just as long as you were in the relationship to get over it. But for me, I'm very resilient, so I can give myself that. But definitely 5 years ago, I wouldn't even feel like I deserved to be here right now. I was in a very, a lot of times when you hear things over and over, negative things, you start repeating them to yourself. And I did that for so long. I thought nobody's ever going to want you. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't even need nobody. Not that I don't need anybody. I want somebody. I don't need anybody. And that difference changed the game for me. Because now being here, right here with all of you talking about this is a game changer for me. I can actually look at myself and let's say, you deserve to be here. Even though I have my moments still and I'm like, I can't believe it, and this might be just a small platform to you all, but this is something very big to me because I didn't even believe that I was worth speaking in a platform, especially a platform like this, to any of you guys. I didn't feel like I deserved that. So for me to be here, that's pretty huge for me to be here and to speak to all of you all and feel like I deserve to be here and that I have something to say. So with that being said, if you're just pulling up, you're definitely late. It's almost over. It's almost over, but you can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Red Room Talk. We are at my favorite part of the night. We just discussed what self-love is, then we discussed internal turmoil and the things that we accept and what you do to practice self-love, and lastly, how far you've come, which was my favorite question, by the way. Now we're going to my favorite segment, the Ask Jen Host Hot Seat question. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to know so viewers can send questions just for me. If you want your question answered, go ahead and go to Instagram or go to my profile, hit that icon, and fave me on Instagram so you can ask and possibly have your question featured on next week's episode. So this week, actually, Calypso wrote in and asked, how do you trust again after a major disagreement? So I sat and I thought about this, but there are steps to this. So first of all, there's like 7 or 8 steps, but I'm going to give you a few things. So first of all, communicate sincerely. Communication is key to a happy and healthy relationship. So make sure that you're talking, you keep that, the verbals open, and that you communicate clearly and not angrily. Avoid cold shouldering your partner. So don't sit there and be like, I don't want to talk, because when you do that, you already are putting the person off into communication. So make sure that the communication is there and that you avoid cold shouldering your partner. Think about the good times. So make sure that you're bringing up the good times, the good positive things about that person, so it's not all negative connotation when it, like, you're not doing the you did this or you did that type thing, because that's going to off put the partner, and they're often going to be, oh well, you did that, so make sure it's all positive. Also, make sure that you're not looking down your nose and that you can see things from their point of view. So it's not all about you, it's not all about them, but to make sure that you can look at both sides and say, hey, I know where you're standing. I can see where you're coming from. So make sure you also see their point of view. Next, don't rush into things. Make sure you take your time, because when you start to rush, that's when you could run into those little forks in the road, but that's okay too. So make sure you take your time, don't rush into it, take it slow, because it's just like at the beginning of a relationship, when it's like starting over again. It's a new, you know what I mean? So make sure you take your time. Also, acknowledge your part in the fight. It's not all the other person's fault, because it takes two people. Even if it may be something that they had done that caused the ruckus, it also takes two people to tango, as you all know. So make sure you also acknowledge that you're a part, even if it is just that you accepted it. Also, stick to your rituals, which means keep it the same. Don't stray so far away from what you already do, because you're going to change it up to the point where you're going to make each other feel uncomfortable. Don't walk around on eggshells and tiptoe around the house when you know that your normal ritual are what your normal rituals are. And then lastly, make sure your partner knows that you care. Make sure your partner knows that you care, because in the end, this is your partner. This is the person you chose to be with. So in the end, make sure that your partner knows that you care and that you are there together. You are in this together. And that is how you learn to trust. It takes time. It takes steps, but it can happen, and it will happen as long as you take the time and stick together. So,
Can
do
I
any of you
piggyback
have
off
anything
that?
to say on that?
I'm gonna
Sure can.
let them go first, because I can, I have a whole show about this.
Sure, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You take it. Go ahead. I want to listen. I want to
No,
hear.
no, no, no.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why I brought up the question, because I want to hear you guys,
Right.
and then I'll do the end part of it. I'll add to what you guys have to say.
What was the question again?
So, how do you trust again after a major disagreement?
I'm probably gonna put
Oh,
a monkey in a wrench. But why does it even have to be a trust issue when there's just a disagreement? Why can't it just be that you have to, well, why can't it be agreeing to disagree on some things? See, everybody is not going to win the battle, you know, and if we're mature enough to say that, hey, you know what I'm saying, I I didn't like what you said, but I'm willing, but I understand you, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. But I don't, me, I just don't see why it has to be a trust issue if we just had a disagreement. Does that mean that the person is gonna do something to hurt me or go out there and backstab me because we had a disagreement? I don't think so. I know it can be done, but I don't think so. I think it is just the thing of being more open with your communication.
right. I agree with that. I mean, how you trust after a disagreement. To me, it if you want to get trust after a disagreement, it had to be a pretty big disagreement for you not to trust. I mean, it can't be no BS disagreement. I feel like it's a slow road. I mean, it takes two people to go down that road. If we can't get back to trust together, then I don't want it. I don't want it. Like you can't have one person trying to do it, trying to make it work, and the other person is like, no, 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 I'm done. I quit. Like you got to be able to come together and have some kind of understanding in order to hold hands and walk to trust together. Because
Oh, I definitely agree. It takes two people. There's two people in a relationship. Like I said, while it's, to give and going through the steps, it definitely takes two to tango. It's like you got to have one person pushing the car and one person steering. You're going to push it off a cliff. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure that you have two people trying to navigate the disagreement. Because let's know we're not all perfect. We're gonna have disagreements. And this is the thing too. And I'm going to tell you, because this is this new age. Not everything is an say all, do all, end all. Okay, not every disagreement is the end, and if it's always the end for you, then that speaks more volumes about you wanting to be with that person than it says anything. If every disagreement is fine, it's over, then you really didn't value the relationship in the first place. Take your time, think before you speak. I always say, think twice, speak once. So make sure before you say what you're about to say that you're going to stick to it, because I promise you, if you ever tell me that it is over, baby. I promise you. And you will live and you will swallow those words for the rest of your life.
Amen.
So
I cannot stand a quitter.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Not every disagreement is an end all. And if it is, then you were not meant to be in a relationship in the first place. Let's be honest. That's for children. That's child's play.
Agreed.
It's the mental, where you at, mature level is what I was going. Yeah, the mature level.
Oh yeah.
And the degree of the argument does hold merit in the trust. So if you don't have open communication in a relationship, right, that's how you broke the trust, because I trust you to be in this relationship because I already set the boundaries at the beginning that I'm going to be with somebody that I know will have open communication with me. So we set those boundaries from day one. So when you broke that boundary of shutting down and not being open and talking it out, that's where the trust comes into play, because you broke trust, because I trusted you with everything that you say you was going to do from the get-go. Right. So that's where the trust comes into play. But you have to build everything back up from that trust. If it was a disagreement where, okay, now it was some hurtful things said, or maybe not, it maybe didn't get to that point, but still, you can love people. You can love everybody that you come in contact with. The person that you gave the dime that they needed, the coins that they didn't have at the grocery store to finish their bill. You love that person. You cared about that person enough to show them love. Love is love in all type of ways. Anybody that you cared for, you loved them. So you can fall out of love all the time. That's where you have to build that in love back up. And to be continued tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Calypso Lasting Love. Because I could go on and on and on. This is what
we will.
Down.
But I definitely think it goes back to, you're two different people, and definitely, you have to look at what brought you together. Go back to the very beginning. Sometimes you have to take the whole. Yeah, sometimes you got to take back down to go back to square one. And I often, it's not always an end all. So if you feel like that is, then you need to go back to what you're used to, because this ain't it, honey.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you're just pulling up, this is the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is almost over. Tonight's topic was note to self. Self-love is the best love, and Lord, it is. You're definitely late. You're definitely late, but don't fret. You can find us every week on YouTube by clicking that little icon in the profile and subscribing. But now I would like to wrap up the show with this quote, and then I'll go ahead and let y'all give your outros. But the quote is, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. Brené Brown. And I'll say it one more time. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. Brené Brown. So go ahead. I'm going to give you guys all a moment to give your outros, and then that concludes this show. And then I'll let all of you who are in the comments, if you want anything to say, we can go ahead and give you time after the show to say that.
My name is Reason. I sing, I rap, I songwrite. I'm actually over here getting prepped for a show right now. Um, if you in California, you can catch me performing in a lot of different cities. I'm performing in San Diego tonight. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. I love y'all. I really, truly appreciate being asked to be on this panel tonight with all of these beautiful people. Um, the energy is amazing in here. I truly appreciate the self-love talk. This was amazing, to be honest. This was genuinely fulfilling.
Thank
Well
you.
needed.
Thank you for being here. And good luck on your show also.
Great
Thank you very much.
show tonight.
I appreciate y'all.
Tear it up, my brother. You already know the
Mhm.
vibes.
Congratulations as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
And send me your number, fool, so I can come
Will
out there and
do.
holler at you.
Amen.
Reason, you owe me a performance on my show. I'll get with you, your people. Okay.
Let me know. I got you.
Thank you.
It's the your
And
people.
definitely would love to have you perform after the show sometime too.
Anytime. Anytime. Y'all are great. Look,
We
I
all
base my willingness to perform for people off energy, and all of you have great energy. Anytime any of you want me to just come through, you can just shoot me in the inbox.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Well, it's your girl Redmond, formerly known as Sexy Redmond, you guys. Jen, thank you so much for having me on your platform. This is an amazing safe space for us to be able to talk through and share anything. I think is possible. It's a possibility to share anything with you because you are such a welcoming host, and I love your show. And you guys, I am the host of the Women's Connection, excuse me, which airs on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my mission is to empower, inspire, and influence women through social change, education, training, self-esteem, workshops. It's whatever, you know what I'm. It's anything to uplift us. And guys, we couldn't be us without you, and vice versa. So I always welcome you guys to come over and have a seat with us, jump on the panel, because it's a lot to talk about and discuss. A lot of things that you wouldn't even know that you are indirectly involved with as far as the Women's Connection. So y'all come and see me on Wednesdays.
Definitely will. Welcome to the Wednesday lineup, Sexy Red Ma. You know, I'm gonna continue to call you that, but I'm gonna put some respect on Red Ma though, because I know, I know. Gin and Juice, I can't even gather all the words. You know how I feel about you, how we verse, and we so much alike. And the drive, the ambition is on, how the youngsters say, fleek. It radiates from us. So congratulations. Thank you for having me, Sexy Red Mod, G-Way, everybody down below. I'm so passionate about what I do, and you're passionate about what you do. And when we do that, we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And just know, we try to be perfect, but we're not. And just relax, take some breathers. You got this. You already clutched the win, baby. You clutched the win. So just chill, have
Exactly,
fun
honey.
with it.
Exactly.
Have fun with it. Like I done revamped. Y'all see how I done came back like a tornado, all the natural disasters in one. Okay. I got a gunny battle next month I just signed up for. Listen, I'll take on the top person on the app. I'm just that confident. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? It's all about fun. It's about networking. It's about just meeting people, being seen in this world, because we have a mission. We have something, a goal that we're trying to do. We're trying to reach the people and give them a message about life, love, and prosperity and blessings. And in order to do that, you got to be in a good energy and a good space, and you got to radiate that energy into the world positively. Okay, so Sexy Red Ma, welcome to the lineup on Wednesday. You join me as well. Eye Candy Wednesday, every Wednesday at 10 p.m. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello. If you got it, show it. Every Wednesday at 10 p.m. I share the spot with my sister B Simone Parenthood at 10. So share a little bit with me, a little bit with B, and we good, okay? And guys, so passionate about love, giving love, receiving love, showing love. Calypso's Lasting Love. The banner's up there. It runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hello. So that's tomorrow at 9 p.m. And guess who's going to be on there? The lovely Jen and Juice she's going to definitely be a part of the panel tomorrow. If anybody ever want to be on the show, you guys hit me up. We go over the 5 love languages. We go over the 5 stages of a relationship and the stages of friendship. So it's not all about being in a relationship, okay? It's about loving you, loving the people, and loving everybody in the world, and treating them with respect with respecting yourself. So tomorrow's topic, guess what? I need y'all, this panel tomorrow, listen. We're talking about one of the 5 love languages, gifting. Did you guys know it's 10 types of gifters? We're gonna go over that tomorrow. I'm a genuine gifter. I don't know about you guys. You got materialistic givers, you got thoughtful givers, just a little bit to give you, some thoughts on that. Anytime that you want to know what the topics are about my show, even Jen and Juice show, we put it out there days before our show. So we want feedback from you guys, okay? It's a joint effort. We want to know where your minds are. You know what I'm saying? We want to know how you guys think as well. So make sure y'all tune in. Set the timer for tomorrow, the sweet spot, every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about them gifts, okay? Let's go. Thank you for having me, guys. This was great. I had fun.
Well, if y'all didn't know me, y'all better get to know me. I am your co-host, G-Way or No Way. I'm in the Section 8 section of the app, like right over there by the government cheese. You'll find me with a nice Kool-Aid smile on my face. Probably got some red Kool-Aid right on my top lip. But I host Hood Feud every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday nights from 9 to 11, I got the Red Light Special. Got a DJ and everything. It's a whole vibe, you, me, and R&B. Wednesday, we got Shake That 8. Can't say that, you know what I mean? But it's Twerkathon, ain't nothing but twerk music. So if you ever enjoy the twerk music, please come through on Wednesdays from 9 to 11. We be turned up, got the DJ as well. Thursdays, I'm on Getting Lit, co-hosting with King of Diamonds, the longest music running show on the app. Friday is my free day, so we just go crazy on Fridays. Those of y'all that came through yesterday on Friday, we had a special Red Light Special. If you missed it, oof, you missed it.
It was lit. I was like this.
Matter of fact, Calypso was there. Yeah.
I was look, I'm sitting on the toilet, y'all. I'm jamming on the toilet. I'm like, y'all ain't need to know I was sitting on the toilet, but I was jamming. I was like, hey.
What is your sign, Calypso?
It's right there.
Okay, I didn't want to assume that there was more than one lion in the jungle. So I just wanted to make sure.
Definitely
where
a
the
Leo.
connection come from.
Definitely a Leo. But I'm on the Virgo cusp, like Jen. So that's why we're so passionate and we put so much. Yes. I'm on the cusp.
I'm a Scorpio. I'm more of, I'm right there. I'm that sting. You hear what I'm saying? I'm just very direct. I'm just, it never misses. Bing, right there on you. So
well,
Cupid is a Leo as well. I just found out. Yo, gang.
I am your Virgo host, Jen and Juice. You can find me here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Red Room Talk. And if you don't find me here, you can find me on YouTube by clicking that little icon on my profile. I normally stream late night, so you can catch me anytime late night into early mornings. I try not to do that, but I do it anyway. But yeah, you can catch me there. And I also do the artwork for the Getting Lit crew. So make sure you hit my number 3 bubble up here with a fave, because he has an awesome show. It is the number 1 show for the males on the app. So make sure y'all, is the longest streaming music show on the app. So make sure y'all hit him with a fave. So yeah, thank you guys all for coming. It has been such a great show. It's been great. But if you guys hold on to your pants just for a second, I do have an artist that would like to get in and sing. Jay, you can go ahead and hit the box.
I heard
Go ahead and
Jason
hit the
earlier.
box. His voice is so amazing, so make sure y'all sit there just for a moment, and that will be our outro music this time. Then I'll do the helicopter.
Ooh, hold on, give me 1 second. Hello.
Hello.
Look, I can see my face. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Jen. I'm gonna do the song that did you hear me sing earlier?
Yes, that one. That's one of my
I'll do
favorites.
that. Okay.
That is crazy. I just heard him today for the first time.
Me
That's the
too.
musical guest. I think it was
Wow.
an Empress Live. Definitely heard him today.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute y'all so we can all hear. I'm gonna mute all of us.
See, I ain't got that much time left, 'cause I give you my all and all you give me is your words to kiss. What I'ma do with it? I think it's best if I move to the left, 'cause I know there's somebody waiting on all this love I gotta give. I'm wondering when you gonna love me, 'cause I'm tired of waiting patiently, baby. When you gonna love me? If you ain't gonna love me like I love you, you should tell me. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Girl, you've been acting different lately. Ain't been calling me baby. So that nigga that you're sneaking with, let him know you ain't shit before he get too deep in it, baby. Do me a favor, either love me now, 'cause it ain't no searching for your heart, but it's off the radar. Ooh, like who the fuck raised your girl? Acting like this shit don't faze you, girl. Just don't forget that I made you, girl. Don't forget that I made you, girl. When you go, love me. I'm tired of waiting patiently, baby. When you gon' love me? If you ain't gon' like I love you, you should tell me. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, love. Oh, love. Yeah. When you gon' love me? Whoa, you should tell me. Yeah. Ooh, my boy. That's it. That's it.
Oh, I just love it. I had to have you here tonight. I'm telling you, boy, you got no lungs. You got no
What?
That's it.
Dude, that last line just made me just want to.
That is one of
Oh,
my favorite songs. When
God.
I heard
I
him,
love it. You
listen,
got
y'all.
that thing down. I
Listen,
love it.
I was in here I was standing on the chair trying to, because I was changing out my my backdrop. I was standing on the chair. I almost
That
fell
was
out the chair. I
amazing.
jumped off that chair and I was like, oh my God, it's one of
That
my
was
favorite
amazing.
songs. So I thought it was the radio playing at first, and then I seen who it was. I was like, oh no, I gotta have him here tonight. We can't wait another night. We gotta have him here tonight.
Come on.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, I'm in your inbox because I need you too. So
I already did. Eye Candy
Yeah,
Wednesday. You
yeah,
already
right,
killed
right.
it, but you needed more on
I
Eye
need that in
Candy.
the red room special.
Are you on Insta?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
I already sent you the hat.
Network, yeah, network. So, yeah, we for the network.
Bad.
How long have you been streaming on here?
I just like got on the app recently. I haven't been on here long. Like,
he's not corrupt yet. We need him.
Yet. We need him. Yeah, we need him. He got a clean soul. We need him. He got a clean soul.
Yes.
What?
I'm telling. I want to look. I don't care. Every Saturday after. Every Saturday. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
For sure. That's the way you.
But
that is how you. I look. I didn't even play the outro that I usually play. I was like, no, he got to be here tonight. After having all that, because we always come to a conclusion of healing and just having that last question and that talk and then the quote, and I was like, what better would it be to just hear his voice? Because I'm telling you earlier, it cleansed me, y'all. I felt like I was cleansing the waters of Lake Minnetonka, y'all. Right.
I had to stank face the whole song, like I ate something sour. Like, good God.
Oh, my mama. It really was.
I'm thirsty over here. And I ran out of Powerade. And I drank the whole thing in this episode, guys.
It was such a great show, y'all. Seriously. I feel like I needed that. I feel like I needed this show tonight. And I feel like I really needed it. Like, I feel honestly better because I always fight with myself to get on here sometimes. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood. But now after having the show and then hearing that voice, man, y'all, I feel good. So, yeah.
Jen, I said this the first time I got on. First time I came on your show. Every time I feel like I learned something about myself when I'm on your show.
Oh Lord, the devil is a lie that you. Lord.
Get down with y'all.
Are we off the air right now?
Yeah, we're off the air. We've been off the air for about 6 minutes now.
I met Jen in her room one morning. I was still in bed, crust still in my eyes, and she had people in the box, and she was talking about her show, and I don't know if it was in her plans to even have a show, but I remember when she started out with it, and that was so cool. I boxed up, and we was giving our point of view, and they was trying to triple team my girl. I was like, whoa.
And you
was handling it, but I was like, I couldn't even let the lioness lay low and let them try to attack like they hyenas. No, we had to bring it on back. So I jumped in the box and we got some correction. Hello for the women. But yeah, I mean, to see your man, I can't. I'm not gonna do it because y'all gonna make me cry. And all the people that I've been around, like G-Wave,
it's all
doing your thing. It's the positivity that makes us grand because we stand out more than the negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing it, keep pushing, y'all. If y'all have an idea, believe in yourself and just keep pushing. Just do it. Set those goals for yourself. Do the vision board. My vision board is up here, and I keep notes like junk mail. The envelopes that be plain and white. I keep those. I just write notes everywhere. You know what I mean? Right. Just keep pushing, because like I said, you're your own enemy. You're the one that's going to stop you. There's no such thing as failure. And someone posted a clip from Mike Tyson, and he was talking about that. There's no such thing as failure. None.
Man, this has been great. This has been great. I really enjoyed myself. I needed to get a lot of that out.
I feel like a lot of times people don't really understand, like, this show really isn't just for y'all. Okay, this is also for me. I find getting things out that I often hold. I give you guys a little bit of myself every week.
Yeah,
there's something I speak about. I remember I had an episode once, and I remember I was so nervous about the question. I don't know why I even put it in there, because I wasn't ready myself to answer it. And I remember I was messaging King of Diamonds at the same time, and I was like, should I just skip myself? Should I just like go on to the next question? He's like, no. He's like, we don't do that, twin. We Virgos. We take everything head on. And I remember answering that question, and I felt like I had gotten years of just heaviness off my chest in that one answer. And so what you guys don't understand, that every week this is a cleanse for me too. You know, there's a lot of things that I don't, you know, necessarily like. I'm very open. You can ask G-Way. Like I'm very open person. I don't mind talking to y'all. But some things, you know, it's also a cleanse for me. So I love hearing all y'all's answers. I love hearing your point of views, because often even it makes me look at things a little differently, even myself.
Right. Big facts. Big facts. Make sure
Even being on this app, you know, when I that year in 2020, the end of 2020, December, when I got on this app, like this is therapy for me. This has helped me through a lot, because I was out of a long relationship. When I say long, everybody is amazed how long it was. And this has helped me, like, because I could have went and did the depression thing and been there, done that. That is no joke. So to not even go there and just bring out everything on here, and people be sitting in the cut listening to you, and they feel welcome enough to box up and be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I could talk to you. You're welcome, man. And they just pour their heart out. Like this one guy got in the box. It was like 11 o'clock. The sun was rising. Okay, people, like, it was just the three of us. And I'm like, we wanted to keep going because the energy, you don't even look at the time, because the energy is so good. You just want to keep going. You don't want it to end. So that's the natural highness that I love, you know, with nature, and just that mind stimulation is everything. But I ain't going to talk over.
Oh, you good?
I'm gonna go live, y'all. I'm gonna go live. You know,
Thank
you know
you
how
so
I am,
much for
Jen.
coming, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Quantum Sounds Production. What up, sound?